By God's grace, we shall reach the whole world.
Radio is a very intimate medium. One person speaks to one person. Now, there are many of those one persons, millions of those one persons, but that one person is the one that we're speaking to. Our estimates show that 1 million people in Cuba tonight will be listening to the programs of TWR, and they will be receiving the message of salvation, the message of hope, discipleship, and a lot of training for young pastors who are leading small churches. The same thing is happening in Brazil, and it's also happening in Venezuela. It's happening in all of these countries where we reach. This is why it's critical for us to bring the gospel, the pure gospel, and the pure teaching of the Word of God.
Time and time again, the radio broadcasts from this site are the only way that the gospel message gets into some areas. There are entire communities where there are thousands of pastors in home churches now that have grown up, evangelized and discipled purely through the broadcast of this radio station. Those people without the truth of the gospel would still be living in darkness.
In the western third of Cuba, some days the programming comes in very well. Other days it's a little bit difficult. And there are about 2-3 days a week on average where they can't hear us at all. We want to change that. The opportunity is before us to speak hope to millions of people throughout the Caribbean and Latin America. We do have a radio station which is twice as powerful as the most powerful AM station in the U.S. We have the opportunity to have a radio station here that is almost 10 times as powerful as the most powerful AM radio station in the U.S. With the north pattern, we're going to redirect it slightly to the west so that it is centered right on Havana, and then deliver as strong a signal as is possible. And we anticipate that people in Cuba will receive a much stronger signal. In addition, we're adding a Caribbean pattern, and this will reach over into Colombia. It will cover Brazil much better. It will reach all of the English-speaking Caribbean islands, but we're also then going to reach even more into Guyana and over into Suriname as well. There are huge areas in northern Brazil where people cannot find a radio station that is broadcasting the hope of knowing Jesus Christ. So we're going to expand and increase the strength there and the reach of that signal. From as far south as Brazil, as far north as Cuba and the Yucatan Peninsula, everywhere in between, with more than 100 million people, there will be the opportunity to hear the gospel in their own language. By supporting TWR, are you putting a missionary on the field? Yes, you are. As a matter of fact, by supporting TWR, you're putting thousands of missionaries on the field. But the reality is, what we're doing is not a catchphrase. What we're doing is providing people with the opportunity to meet Jesus Christ.